Hello, this is a tutorial about the dominant prep to dominant to tonic in the minor, which poses some special voice leading problems unique to the minor involving the lowered 6th scale degree lay and its the potential to lead to T in the dominant that immediately follows. The lay to T should be avoided. Lay should go to sol, and that is really an absolute rule for the dominant prep to dominant, which is such a common progression. So let's start this progression. Here we're in the key of F minor. Let's put any of the tonic notes in the soprano. Let's start with the third. Let's use an open voicing. That poses some interesting challenges. So here we have an open voicing. Let's first start with the bass. Now above here you can see I have the template for the voice leading with a couple of options for different doublings and also a different option for 4, which is just review because we've already done the 4-5-1 progression, same voice leading in the minor. But the bass should always be fa sol do. So we have do here. Originally, let's put do, fa, sol, do. Let's label the chords. 1, 2, 6, 5, 2, 1. Now let's go straight to the lay. We must have a lay in this chord. That's D flat in F minor, and you should approach it conservatively by steps. So just simply move to it from the C, sol, sol, lay. And as you can see from the voice leading template, lay goes to sol, so it should do that. It should not go up to, first of all, many students write this, which is sol, lay, te. They neglect to raise the leading tone. If you do raise the leading tone, which you should always do in the dominant, then you should call attention to this augmented second, lay to T. Avoid that. Now the only other pitch you could go to in the 5 chord is the re, and you have lay to re, which is an unnecessarily awkward leap. Lay to sol, much better voice leading. Now, how does one approach the T? You approach it from above, from re. Now, re can be, as you see here in my most common doubling in the 2/6, you probably double the re. So as long as you have doubled the root in the first tonic triad, then that means you can approach the re in those upper voices from different directions. You don't have to worry about parallel octaves. Now you might look here and think you see parallel fifths between the alto and tenor, do to sol here and re to lay. But in fact, the re to lay is a diminished fifth, so this is not parallel fifths. This, however, if you were in the major, if we were in F major and that was a D natural, that would be parallel fifths, and you would need to do a different doubling. You should probably double fa, or have a different voicing. That you don't have to worry about in the minor. All you have to worry about in the minor is lay going to sol. And then the upper voices, you approach T from re, so let's do it in the soprano. Could have been the tenor, then so it's re ti do. The soprano, the tenor will just simply hold re, and then you can go to me, while the alto holds sol. Another option is if you wanted to triple the root, say at a perfect authentic cadence, you could have the tenor move down to do, and the alto move to the A flat. But this is quite simple. Let's listen to it. So let's look at another option for doubling in the 2/6. Let's try doubling fa. So we're approaching the doubled fa from step below in the soprano and leap in the bass. That's perfectly fine. Now you could go fa to T to do. That actually works, but a more conservative voice leading would be to have re T to do in the tenor. And in this case, you can hold fa over as a suspension, and it will be the 7th of the dominant, and then of course it resolves down to me. So let's listen to that. So this progression works the same as the major when we use a substitute a 4 chord, and I would just briefly do that. Here we can just copy the whole thing over. And very quickly substitute 4, in which case you will double the root and you'll have do instead of re. And then do, ti, just as in the major, la to sol, just as la to sol would be in the minor. Now here, the doubled fa can be held over again, so let's listen quickly to that. Okay.